again, everybody. Lance Wrestling, Dave Brown, right along ringside, ready to go. Another big day. Championship wrestling, lots of tag action.
Oh, get ready for the tag teams. Here they come. Heartbreakers will be in here going against Rick Morton and Eddie Gilbert. In another match, it'll be the Japanese team against Dutch Mantel and Roy Rogers. Then we'll have Nightmare and Speed against the Superstar and Steve Keirn. If that's not enough, how about an expiration of time match with Sweet Brown Sugar and Dream Machine against Rick and Robert Gibson.
Man, I'll tell you, every single one of them a winner and a half right there. We got to get ready for all of that. We got some other great action coming up. We'll show you some action coming out of a battle royal. Really fascinating. We'll take time out right now. Be back on that opening bout with Morton and Gilbert going against the Heartbreakers in just a moment.
And Eddie Gilbert making their way into the ring. Heartbreakers. Chic Donovan stepping up on the ring apron right now. This will be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. And introducing at a total weight of 440 pounds from Salt Lake City, Rocky S. From Indianapolis, Indiana, Joseph Cagle, the Heartbreakers with Chic Donovan. Going against him, total of 407 pounds from Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. From Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert. This match one fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
About ready for it as the Heartbreakers come out of their very special attire. Donovan out of the ring. Referee Jerry Calhoun says get it down to one, and starting across the way, it's going to be Eddie Gilbert opening up and Rocky S. for the Heartbreakers. And here we go. Bell time.
Yes, sir. Rocky S. dropped to the mat by Eddie Gilbert. Rocky up on one knee now. Ooh, Eddie picked up in the air. Hangs on. Boy. Took some punishment, though, on the back as he hit. Rocky over to the corner, tags Joseph Cagle, the other Heartbreaker. Eddie, reversing the arms on him. There's a tag. Here comes Rick Morton. Cagle with a hair pulling. He yanked Rick down to the mat. Rick quickly back to his feet. Referee Jerry Calhoun has warned the Heartbreaker about hair pulling. Back on the ropes. Cagle unloaded with a right hand. Rick Morton answered with the same thing. Cagle over to the corner. The other Heartbreaker, Rocky S. coming in. Rick tags Eddie. Eddie Gilbert. Eddie gets the Heartbreaker's feet out from under him. Locks the leg. Rocky over near the ropes, though, so there's a break. Headlock by Eddie Gilbert. Heartbreaker had him picked up in the air. Heartbreaker's tag, the shorter of the two, but the heavier of the two. Joseph Cagle in there now.
He was going for a suplex on him, Dave, but Eddie got that twist on him, took him right over and around.
Heartbreaker with a foot over the bottom rope. That'll prevent a count. The other Heartbreaker with a foot also doing his part to prevent a count. Eddie over near the corner does not go for the tag on Rick Morton. Nice shoulder butt.
Did you hear it?
Yes, sir. Quite a block he put on him. Heartbreaker to the corner, gets the tag. This is Rocky S. Fires Eddie into the turnbuckles, wades in there after him. Eddie reverses him. Heartbreaker into the corner. Back flips him. And a tag on partner Rick Morton. Rick has a cover, kind of a modified stump puller he used on him there.
Really?
Flipped him right over. Good move by Rick Morton, but Rocky S. had him on the mat. He drops the lower leg across the chin. Call for the elbow and got it from Joseph Cagle out on the apron. Heartbreakers make a tag. Rick Morton fighting back. Morton. Boy. These two guys going at each other. Cagle takes Rick over the corner. And a tag by the Heartbreakers. Shoulders are up 6-8 inches off the mat, so there's not going to be a count there. Rick trying to hang on. Heartbreaker trying his best to get out of it.
He slipped him, but Rick right back at it. That's what that speed will do for you. Rick takes him, turns him.
Rick's got that quickness, no doubt about it. Rick makes the tag. Here comes Eddie Gilbert.
Oh!
Shoulders down briefly. We are now at the 4-minute mark. 4 minutes gone in this match. Eddie Gilbert makes the tag. Rick Morton on his way back in. The headlock takes the Heartbreaker off his feet. The Heartbreaker's near the corner, and they make a tag. Macias with a forearm. Rick Morton into the ropes. Steps over him. Returns from the drop kick. Puts the Heartbreaker on the mat. The other one coming in. Rick drop kicks in. Look out. Onita Fuchi hit the ring. And the disqualification has just occurred on the team of the Heartbreakers and Chic Donovan.
Donovan calling these boys out of the ring, and they're going to lose it by disqualification. Thanks to the intervention of Yamamoto, Onita, and Fuchi. Tojo with that Japanese fighting stick beating on Rick Morton.
He's nailing Ricky on the head with it. All three of the Japanese working over Eddie Gilbert, Rick Morton. Steve Keirn, Bill Dundee. Tojo leaves the ring. Onita, Fuchi, all of them out of there.
That sent him flying down the way as Bill Dundee and Steve Keirn came out to give a hand to Rick Morton and Eddie Gilbert, who were jumped by the three Japanese. And the hands of Morton and Gilbert raised on a disqualification, the intervention coming on the side of the Heartbreakers, whether intentionally or requested or not. Time on that one, Davey.
Time on it was 4 minutes, 36 seconds, 4:36.
4 minutes and 36 seconds, and Onita and Fuchi will officially be back in the ring, not the unofficial manner in which they just did against Dutch Mantel, Roy Rogers. All of that yet to come. All right, action coming back on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling in just a moment. In just a few minutes, I'll give you a little bit more detail, but I would like to remind you folks around Irvington, Kentucky, that Thursday, October the 1st, Championship Wrestling comes there. Now, Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. Oh, is there going to be some wrestling action coming up? You better believe one of the matches that will be involved is one that'll have the Dream Machine, Sweet Brown Sugar, and Jimmy Hart in a handicap match against Jerry the King Lawler and Bill Superstar Dundee. Obviously, they're not too worried about you all having three against
well, they better be worried. Let me tell you something right now. Jimmy Hart and the First Family stand for one thing: truth, justice, in the American way. Bill Dundee, I promise you, you have interfered for the last time. Look at my beautiful Bruce Lee jumpsuit. Sweet Brown Sugar is ready, and my dream is ready.
You know what thing, Lance Russell? I had that big blimp beat, and that little short whip had to hit the ring. He couldn't take it no longer. The Sugar was beating the king.
Yeah, well, you get your chance. You'll also have the Dream.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Jerry Lawler, you run for the last time. We got both the rats in the trap, if you understand what I'm saying. They run for the last time. Dundee, I'm so sick of you, Lance. You know, every time I had Jerry Lawler beat, I had him on my street, Dream Street. Here would come Dundee. He had to run in because, see, they're both of them together. They know that neither one of them was no good without the other one. That's because we got them all together. Jimmy Hart, I have all the trust in you and Sweet Brown Sugar. We have no fear because we know it's all going to come down the head in Derby City, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, Tuesday night right there in the Gardens, and I'll say one thing, you said it for a fact, that as they are together, there's never been a better tag team put together.
I love you, baby.
Well, get all your loving done now.
I gave you, man. Don't you like
Yeah,
it? New style, 81, baby.
always
Funk rock, funk rock.
Tuesday night, obviously, Lawler and Dundee have no fear of these three. We'll see it Tuesday night.
Tojo Yamamoto climbing up on the ring apron there, and we are just about set as the Japanese team will be going against the Dutchman and Roy Rogers. A one-fall, 15-minute time limit match here. Total of 450 pounds from Japan. Mr. Onita, Masa Fuchi, and their manager Tojo Yamamoto. On the right of the screen, total of 441 pounds. From Nashville, Tennessee, Roy Rogers, and from Oil Trough, Texas, Dutch Mantel. One fall, 15-minute time limit match. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Woogie! Looks like the Dutchman's going to be starting out in here against Masa Fuchi. Bell time, and here we go, off and running.
Boy, Tojo and the Japanese team not happy. Boy, Tojo yelling and screaming from the moment they hit the apron. Before, actually.
Yes, as a matter of fact, when they made their first appearance in the area. The Dutchman starting off, reaches up as the referee calls for a break. He couldn't resist taking a slap at Fuchi back in the corner. Fuchi still bearing some remains of that brawl that Morton and Gilbert, Onita and Fuchi had. That ear, you see, is still bandaged up. Tag on Onita, who takes over. And the number one citizen out of Oil Trough, Texas, wrestles him around, tags Roy Rogers, going for a backdrop, and he gets it. Roy drops with the elbow, goes for a cover, got a 2 count, and that was it. Onita, Roy Rogers, one fall, 15-minute time limit tag match. Roy turns the arm over, drops down on it. Onita, pretty well set, grabs the hair, pulls him off his feet. And as he went to the corner to make a tag, Roy buried his shoulders, pushed him right out of the action scene in the corner. Back to the center of the ring, now over to the corner, and the Dutch takes over. Oh, a resounding thump as he hit him with a forearm. Twists that arm up. Oh, no. Fuchi trying to get the tag, but he jerked that arm away.
Finally, Onita got so close to the corner that there was no way that they could avoid making the tag. Dutch could not keep him away from it, so he broke.
Fuchi in. Roy Rogers takes over from Dutch, drops with an elbow. Roy in tough company with Onita and Fuchi, and he's holding up his end of the action, tags back out to Dutch Mantel. Nice fireman's carry throw as he takes him over, bars the arm. Dutch lifting up now, taking the entire shoulder and everything right up with him as the rope will necessitate a break is called for by referee Jerry Calhoun. Fuchi coming straight in on Mantel. They tie it up, and Fuchi, zing and chop. Comes at him again on the rope. Blasting him. And look at Dutch coming back. One tough citizen, whether it's Oil Trough or anywhere else. Dutch Mantel in with Onita, side headlock. Bears him straight over down. Fuchi with a leg through the ropes. But the referee moves in on top of the action as Onita had a hold of the hair. And look at Dutch pressuring him.
Onita's set, but Dutch nailed him as he came off the ropes there.
Onita kicks out on Roy. He got a 1 count, and that was all there was to it. Roy now goes side headlock. He also with a mare that takes him over, but Fuchi comes in, plants a foot, breaks it up. The referee runs him back to the corner. But Fuchi accomplished what he wanted to, got his partner Onita out of problems. Yamamoto giving Masa Fuchi a little talking to in the corner. I'm not really sure what about. And the referee trying to break it up as a double team on Roy Rogers in the corner of Onita and Fuchi. Fuchi, big hip toss, and he takes him down. Roy takes that chop, and there's a tag to Onita. Nagasaki, Japan, the home of Mr. Onita. Ooh. And Roy zings back. Stops him, but takes another one. Onita really blistering with some chops, and Roy comes back with a good forearm, but Onita right back on him, grabbing at the hair, and the referee saying, get him off the ropes, let go of the hair. Not necessarily in that order.
This Japanese team in and out of the ring quickly. Yeah, we just passed the 5-minute mark here of this one. 5 minutes gone.
So we got 10 minutes to wrestle as Fuchi comes up, and Dutch Mantel taking a page out of Fuchi's book. He breaks things up as Fuchi was going for a chop. Rather a pin, then a big chop on Roy, puts him down, tag on Onita. Onita, ooh, stiffed him with that foot. Tojo sitting there, this more to his liking as he is saying, whatever he was saying, that wasn't exactly the translation. Onita pressuring Roy Rogers, who's fighting back. You better believe this young fella's going to be fighting back. Tries to go through the legs. Onita trying to hold him out of the corner.
Just missed. Just barely.
Did he get it? No, he didn't.
No, just missed it.
So Onita and Fuchi make the exchange. Fuchi firing away on Roy. Oh, really? Woo! Another one. Boy, he really lays that foot up there, Dave. It's about a foot above his own head, the way he stiffs him with that.
Got to be 5.5 feet. Gets that foot off the floor, off the mat.
Body slam misses the chop. He was coming down to level him right then.
We're 7 minutes into the action now. 7 minutes gone, 8 minutes left.
Trying to get Mantel and Fuchi separated. Onita then covers up with a pin, 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be it. Yamamoto, we almost missed it ourselves, jumped up and whaled him. When he whipped him into the ropes, Tojo hit him with that fighting stick. Is that the way you saw it?
I got him right in the back with it, and then Onita was right there. Fuchi and Dutch Mantel in another part of the ring, but the referee was there to start the count of 3. 7 minutes. 20 seconds.
So the win is going to go to Onita and Fuchi and Yamamoto. Don't forget to put that in there because he was instrumental catching Roy Rogers from behind like that. And needless to say, the official verdict will be a happy Japanese verdict. Onita and Fuchi in there. Dave had the opportunity to see one whale of a battle royal match. Now, this particular battle royal had an interesting incentive. A guy had to determine whether he was in the pink to be able to go into the finals. Pardon me, because one of the participants into the finals of this battle royal was going to come out with $3,000. The other one was going to come out with his head shaved.
Right.
Let's take a look after the battle royal brought down to the last two. Coco Ware going after Billy. Look at Dundee go. Single leg dive, turns Coco over, really pounding on him. He pulls Coco back in the ring. Well, that's sweet brown sugar. He held on to the ropes and really nailed Dundee, put him down hard. Coco off the turnbuckle. Billy down. 1, 2, and just barely out of it. Brown Sugar looks at the referee and says it had to be 3. Coco Ware, brimming with confidence with his new name and his new associates, the First Family, really whacking Dundee around. Don't count the little Aussie out. Look at that. Big drop kick. Turnbuckles. Dundee blazing on him. Here comes Jimmy Hart. Uh-oh. Hart back down at ringside. He eliminated himself. Coco Ware catches Dundee from behind. This may be it, too, but Dundee shakes it. Hart still hanging around ringside. Sweet Brown Sugar suplex. Count of 1, 2, and Dundee barely got the right shoulder up. Hart cheering him on. Hart should not be at ringside. He was eliminated by his own doing. Dundee kicks Coco back down to the deck. Flying splash on Coco, and he gets out of it. Dundee thought he had the 3,000. Hart slipping Coco something. Couldn't see, but he definitely was doing something on the funny side. And Dundee rattled with it. Yeah, he had a chain. 1, that's what he... And Dundee beats it. Off the center rope. Coco loses. The winner, Bill Dundee. Yeah, boy, they eliminated it down. It was Billy and Sweet Brown Sugar, and Dundee was the one that came out with a heavy sugar, as a matter of fact. And to go with his new name, Sweet Brown Sugar, got a new haircut. We're going to take time out. Back in just a moment.
About ready to get underway here. Boy. Nightmare and Speed with Jimmy Hart are going to be going against some tough competition, let me tell you. Superstars in the ring right now. Steve Keirn, his partner, making his way toward the ring. Let's go up there for the official introductions at a total weight of 424 pounds. Introducing, with their manager, Jimmy Hart, the Nightmare and Speed. Going against them, total of 439 pounds. From Tampa, Florida, Steve Keirn. From Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, when Hart and the First Family come in, the whole First Family comes in, messes up everything, all stirring up trouble. They got some trouble, though. Dundee and Keirn, that's the trouble they got. Bell time, here we go, Davey.
Nightmare and Speed. It's Nightmare starting against Bill Dundee. Dundee. Nice move, boy. He yanked the Nightmare down to that. I saw it, and there was no hair, and there was no mask. Yes, sir, I saw it. Nightmare steps over again. Whoa! Nightmare and Speed run together. Bill Dundee had him going. They ran head on. Dundee with that boot across the side of the face, side of the mask. Speed jumped in there. He was going to jump Dundee, but Bill moved back. Over in the corner, referee getting Bill Dundee back away from that corner. Nightmare headbutt, and Bill Dundee hit the mat. Speed. Backflip on Billy. Covers. 1, 2. 2 count, and Bill kicks out of it at the 2 count. Little hair pulling by Speed for good measure. Oh, and a right hand. Ooh. He made a tag. Nightmare with a cover. 1. Count of 1 is all he gets.
We had a decent referee without on the mat, man.
Stay in the corner, Jim. The Nightmare drops with the elbow. Count is 1, and 1 count is all he gets. We're at the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes gone. This is Speed with a cover. He wants a count. He wants a quick one. Referee over there to start the count, but Bill Dundee had a shoulder up. Upper arm as Bill Dundee is coming off the rope. Speed picks him up. Dundee in the air. Body slam to cover, but Dundee kicks him off before the count even starts. Speed makes the tag. Nightmare off the rope. Double forearm across the back. Whips Bill into the rope. Back drops him. He went up high in the air. Jimmy, please sit down and you be quiet. That would be the nicest thing, I think. Hart upset about the crowd. Dundee broke the cover. On his feet. Nightmare makes the tag. Holds Dundee up. Speed with a forearm. Unleashed him. Dundee on his back over to the corner. And here is Steve Keirn. Keirn puts the Nightmare's head into the turnbuckle. Speed into the turnbuckle in another corner. Speed into the rope. Get on his back, on his knees, over to the corner. Tag on a Nightmare. Steve Keirn waiting for him. Picks him up over the shoulder. Drops him down. Cover. 1, 2. 2 count is all Steve Keirn gets. 3.5 minutes gone. Off the ropes, the Nightmare. Clothesline by Steve Keirn. Cover. 1, 2. 2 count. Steve suplexes him. 1, but Speed is there, and that stops the count at 2. Steve Keirn fires a Nightmare's head into a boot. Held by Bill Dundee. Count is 1, 2. 2 count. He had him down in the small package, but couldn't make it stick for the count of 3. Nightmare broke out of it. Over to the corner. The tag has been made on Speed. We have just passed the 4-minute mark. 4 minutes gone. Steve Keirn steps over it. Upper arm by Speed. Speed makes a tag. Nightmare forearm across the back of Steve Keirn. Speed finally breaks it, heads for the corner. Nightmare puts Steve into the turnbuckles. Using the right hand, the fist doubled. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get him to 1, stopped using the fist, and 2, get him out of the corner. They are out of the corner. Speed working on Steve. Crowd chanting, "Go, Steve, go!" Keirn up in the air, body slam by Speed. Cover. Count did not start. Steve kicked out of it quickly. Steve Keirn trying to work his way over toward the corner. Nightmare nailed him from back behind. 5.5 minutes gone. 5.5 minutes into the action. 15-minute time limit match. The Nightmare holding Steve Keirn up. Steve kicking Steve back. But the Nightmare nails him with a right fist. Keirn victim of the fist of Speed back in the corner. Fired into the rope. Both of them hit the mat. Bill Dundee cheering Steve Keirn. Come on, get up, Steve, he's saying. He gets the tag on Bill Dundee. Dundee grabs the Nightmare, wheels him into the rope, backdrops him. Well-placed boot on Speed, kicks him off the apron down on the floor. Billy drops with the lower leg, follows with a boot. The Nightmare on the mat, he stomped his fingers for good measure. Nightmare does get it to the corner and gets the tag on Speed. 6.5 minutes into the action. Bill Dundee with a right hand. Speed finally hits the mat. Backs him into the corner. Whip across the way. Whoa, Bill. Into the turnbuckle. Speed backed away from the corner, and Bill Dundee hit it hard. Tag made on the Nightmare. Nightmare's pulling hair. Dundee in the air, drops him over the top rope. Speed from outside, grabbing him. Dundee being choked by the top rope. Tag on Speed. Dundee trying to crawl to the corner, but Nightmare stopped him about halfway there. Cover by Speed. No count starts. Dundee moved him off quickly. Trying to get around him. Bring the legs to the corner. And a tag made. Steve Keirn. 7.5 minutes gone. Whoa. Nightmare goes into the rope. Slips through there. Steve Keirn has his shoulders of Speed down. Referee trying to get to the action. Hart hits the ring. That's going to be it. Jimmy Hart interferes. It was pretty obvious that Steve Keirn had Steve's shoulders pinned. Keirn has Hart. Now Dundee has Hart. He nails it. Hart out of the ring. Nightmare and Speed follow. Steve Keirn breaking the cane of Jimmy Hart. They got the win. Disqualification when Hart hit the ring. But I think Steve pretty well had it under control about that time, which is probably the reason that Hart hit the ring to begin with. Wow, time on it. 7 minutes, 54 seconds. Some kind of match. Ooh.
Jimmy Hart, usually wait until somebody's beat down before he ever gets inside there. This time he went a little bit too far there. You saw it. And that's not all of it, though. Big expiration, a time match. The Dream and Sweet Brown Sugar facing the Gibsons in a moment. Still got plenty of action yet to go, and we want you to see it all coming up right here on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. Again, Thursday, October the 1st, Irvington, Kentucky. The King will be there. The Dream will be there. Sweet Brown Sugar will be there. The Superstar, Chic Donovan, the Gibsons, bunch of folks. That's Thursday, October 1, Irvington, Kentucky. We'll have more on that next week. Now, Tuesday night, listen to the entire card that's coming up. Sweet Brown Sugar goes against Steve Keirn. Let me tell you, that will be a test of him right there. Stan Lane will be in town in Louisville to go against Roy Rogers. And it'll be the Superstar, Bill Dundee, against Tojo Yamamoto. Man, what a tag match. Look out, Louisville Gardens. Rick Morton, Eddie Gilbert will be going against Mr. Onita and Masa Fuchi with Yamamoto at ringside. And then the big main event, handicap match, The Dream, Sweet Brown Sugar, and Jimmy Hart to go against the King and the Superstar, all Tuesday night. Ready to go is right, and by golly, I'll tell you what, we've got that big expiration of time match coming up, and it should be a dandy and a half. Coming in, Jimmy Hart, his big honchos, the Dream Machine, Sweet Brown Sugar, and their opponents today are going to be Rick and Robert Gibson. Hey, can you guys come over here just a second? Yeah, before we get started. Yeah, I know this is messing you up on it, but Dave, I wanted to give him a chance. Rick, I'll tell you, I am so tickled to see you guys with those belts around you. Rick and Robert Gibson, the new Southern Tag Team champions. And Rick, it was a hard battle. You had confidence all the way, I know, in talking to both you and Robert, away from the matches and away from TV. You have felt like all you needed was the opportunity.
That's right, Lance. The opportunities, the people behind us. It's took us a long time, but now we have them. And like I say, we're the people's champion, and we're going to keep the belts as long as we can.
Well, you got half of it done. You won them. Now the tough ass is trying to keep them.
Trying to keep them, Lance.
Okay,
Thank you very
good
much.
luck to you in there, boy. I'll tell you what, Davey, I am so thrilled with Rick and Robert having those belts. They're super guys and just a great tag team together. Sorry about messing you up there.
Super guys, too, baby. We're
Sit down.
super good.
Jimmy, good night. Dave, how about you?
It's a total weight of 491 pounds with Jimmy Hart, their manager, on the left of the screen. Sweet Brown Sugar and the Dream Machine. Going against them, total of 454 pounds. Current holders of the Southern Tag Team belts, the Gibson brothers, Rick and Robert. This match to the expiration of time. Your referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, we're about ready for it, and here goes the Dream Machine and Rick Gibson starting out in there. Jimmy Hart sidles his chair down the ringside there to get himself a good position where he can cause the most trouble. You can bet on that. In the ring, Rick Gibson a beauty, but the Dream Machine responds in time with a head scissors. Rick kicks out of it. Dream Machine, Sweet Brown Sugar, going against the Gibsons, Rick and Robert. This is, of course, a non-title bout. Kick out by the Dream Machine. Tag on Robert. Tag on Sweet Brown. Jimmy, would you mind sitting in that chair? I tell you, you almost got it in the last match. You just may get it in this match. One of them just may whack you with that thing. Big shoulder coming out of Sweet Brown Sugar, and he leaps over Robert. Look at him. Oh, nice leapfrog as he goes by. Robert didn't get him all the way, but he got him enough with that left foot right in the mouth. Boy, look at Robert Gibson go.
Boy,
There's something about having those belts, Dave, that just brings it all up to a whole new level.
I think it's got to be a confidence level to a certain extent. You don't have to prove anything to anybody anymore, really. You've already done it. You have won the belts, and I think it's having its effect on the Gibson brothers right now. They are looking mighty good.
And let me tell you, they are against some strong team. And Dream Machine and Sweet Brown Sugar. And another drop kick from Robert Gibson. Tag on the Dream Machine. Rick takes over. Now they will move in and out of that ring beautifully. The Gibsons really have that technique. Uh-oh. Dream. Whip. Kick out, Rick Gibson. Dream Machine makes a tag on Coco Ware. Sweet Brown Sugar, his new name in the first family. He rushes Rick into the rope, whips him across, backdrop. He really sent him up in the air. Coco. The fact that he's with a family doesn't change the fact we've always thought he was a capable wrestler. Too bad he had to cast his lot with that group. Tag on Robert, tag on the Dream Machine. Robert takes over right away. Cagle right in the midsection, and Robert Gibson. Impressive. Boy, you betcha. You're looking at the Dream, getting ready to come in and say, hey, let's fire this guy up. Big Dream slips into a side headlock. Bangs away. He puts an elbow that puts Robert to the canvas. And he tags Brown Sugar one more time. Oh, look at Robert come off those ropes. You bet. Dream Machine coming from the outside of the ropes where he had no business inside the ring.
It's one of the things you got to watch when you're going against a first family team of any description, and that is 2 or 3 of them coming at you. Off the ropes. We're 3.5 minutes in.
3.5 in the first ball of action as we've got an expiration of time, and it very well could be the only ball of action. Big leg coming out of the Dream Machine. Robert down. There's a cover. 1, 2, but he gets out. Kind of a rolling kick on the thing. Tell you something else you got to watch. You got to watch Hart all the time, too. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to keep it down. Robert goes down on the floor. Here comes Rick around. He backs Hart back away from him in the Dream up on the ring apron watching Robert, who was thrown out of there by Brown Sugar, and now we're back in the ring and going at it.
He was thrown through the ropes, not over him, but right in the direction of Jimmy Hart, and Rick came around wisely to keep Hart out of it.
Referee was right on top of the action, and this time holding Robert in a full Nelson while the Dream bangs on him, throws him into the ropes, shoots a shot to the midsection. Big elbow again. This Dream Machine gets up in the air when he comes down with those legs at the elbow.
And that 270 pounds weight, too.
Oh, really? Rick Gibson coming in as he sees him double-team Robert. They don't put up with that from anybody. Round behind, chin locked and a reverse face lock coming from Coco.
Had to give him a quick break there. He had his right hand pulling Robert's hair. The referee was right there, made him break it, but he's back to the hole there.
You won't need any. You keep messing around the ring with that stick. Somebody will put you to sleep in a hurry. He missed it. Robert out of the way. They may have him hurt. He's trying to get to the corner. Tag on the Dream Machine. He got there. Robert was hurt also. Man, look at that Dream Machine turn him over. And let me tell you, Robert is no lightweight. Big leg right now. 1, 2, but Robert again keeps clear of the 3 count.
6 minutes gone.
Flying with that big elbow right down on Robert. Robert now needs to get to that corner and get a hold of Rick. He missed it. Straight down, middle of the ring. Tag. Here comes Ricky. Look at that Rick Gibson go. Shoots the Dream in, goes in for a sleeper. Robert takes Coco right out of action. Hart looking in with a cane. Ring it. Jimmy Hart banging Rick Gibson in the back of the head. All over the body, and now Rick has that stick. They're battling for it. And there goes the first family out of it. And it's going to be a win as Rick Gibson says, no, don't raise the hand, bring them back. Look at him run out of here when we get a hold of the artillery. But it's going to be a disqualification on the first family as Rick and Robert will win the first ball, Davey.
Time 6 minutes, 34 seconds, and for the second match in a row, Jimmy Hart's gotten his team disqualified when he jumped in the ring. Another broken cane.
Another broken cane.
It's going to be an expensive day for him, I think.
Sticks flying everywhere around here. All right, we're going to take time out, see if we've got time for another fall. We'll be back in just a moment. Rick Gibson going after Jimmy Hart. Chased him right on out of the wrestling area, but they've got Robert up in there. Ring the bell, and we're off and running on the second fall of action. Sweet Brown Sugar, Dream Machine.
Yes, sir. Dream Machine had Robert over in the corner. Rick was chasing Jimmy Hart. He did get him out of here. Hart back in the area. There goes Rick. He'd chase him right through the door again. Maybe keep him out throughout this fall. That'd be wonderful. Sweet Brown Sugar body slam by Robert Gibson. Robert waits for it. Round behind, abdominal stretch. Dream Machine nails him. Rick again running Jimmy Hart out of here as Hart came rolling back in. There's Robert Gibson into the ropes. Foot to the midsection. Rick Gibson back up on the apron now. In the corner.
Oh, look at that.
Hart in here with a fire extinguisher. job, Rick.
In the ring, Robert's taking a beating.
He sure is. Double teamed by Dream Machine and Sweet Brown Sugar.
Of course, that's all part of the first family thing. Hart distracts you, get your mind off the mat. And you see what happens.
Dream Machine makes a tag. Here's Coco. Sweet Brown Sugar, his new first family name. Here's Rick Gibson, the tag made by Robert. We got about 2 minutes left in the time limit. 2 minutes. The Gibsons, one fall up. They won that first fall by disqualification when Jimmy Hart jumped in, and Rick left the ring and headed for Jimmy Hart again to run him out of there. He's the official man in the ring. Nails Dream Machine, but Sweet Brown Sugar is also the official man in the ring. Got a feeling we're going to use those names interchangeably for a while.
I tell you, I can't remember it all the time, so it makes no difference. People know who we're talking about.
Certainly.
Hart hiding behind the curtain over there hollering, get him, and look what's happening. Sweet Brown's getting his brains beat out by Rick.
There's the tag, Robert Gibson. In there. Sweet Brown Sugar gets the tag on the Dream Machine. Hart still yelling across the studio. There he is behind the curtain. You see him looking out of there. Oh! Dream Machine. Going for a drop kick. He didn't get a great one, but he did get a foot on Robert Gibson's chin. Robert slowly back to the corner. Rick in here. Rick goes for the throat. Not a bad idea right now.
Less than a minute to go as we're in the second fall of the action here in our expiration of time match.
Dream Machine. Nailing Rick with right hands. Sweet Brown Sugar off the middle rope. Rick Gibson hits the mat. Hits it hard. 30 seconds left. Time running out. Knee lift. A good one, too, by Rick Gibson. He leaves. He's heading for Hart, but Dream Machine intercepts him at the ring apron. Sweet Brown Sugar with a chair. Hard time's gone.
Out here, Dave.
There it is. Time is up.
Get him broken out.
Time is up.
Get out of here. Get
Get out of here, Jim.
Leave the belt alone. Get out.
Whoa! Rick Gibson dive. He was trying to make a tackle on Jimmy Hart. Sweet Brown Sugar nailing Robert Gibson across the back with a broad arm. It's over. Time has expired. It's officially over, let's say.
Oh, we're going to take a break right now, Dave, and we'll be back with a final word in just a moment. Okay, action you bet. Still got some. Man, what a show today on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. Coming up Tuesday night, you talking about action. Woo! Jerry the King Lawler, Bill Superstar Dundee handicap match. The Dream, Sweet Brown Sugar, and Jimmy Hart all on one side of the ring, and I already told them, you guys aren't afraid of them, obviously.
That's right, Lance. We got the number, and they know it. Now, I'm not taking nothing off Coco Ware. Now, he can call him Sweet Brown Sugar. He can call him Hercules. He can call him anything he wants. To me and Jerry Lawler, you're still Coco Ware, the guy that turns size jack. There's no way in my mind, Lance, that he put that chain down there and let that big blimp, the Dream Machine, pick it up and knock the King out. Now, they can walk around town, and Jimmy Hart can walk around town, and they can say they beat Jerry Lawler. You didn't beat Jerry Lawler. It took 3 to beat Jerry Lawler. Now, Jerry Lawler's got a friend. That's Bill Dundee, and he's going to be right beside him in Louisville Gardens. Now, Lance Russell, I'm going to tell you a little promise. I'm going to tell all the people out there. Coco Ware, you're number 1 on the list because you're the guy that took the chain into the ring and left it down there. And Jimmy Hart, I'd like to be in that car when they're driving to Louisville. He'll be telling them, Coco Ware, you're the greatest thing that come down the pike since sliced bread. Dream Machine, you're the greatest, you're the second thing, you're the biggest and the baddest. And he'll have them all pumped up. Well, I hope you do that. Because Jerry Lawler and the Superstar used to do bad things when you guys was going to kindergarten. Jimmy Hart, when you was singing in sleazy bars somewhere, we was doing everything that you were trying to tell them to do. And I'm going to make this promise to all you folks out there. If that's what it takes, if it takes getting back into the gutter to beat that 3 scum, we're going to do that. Jimmy Hart, Coco Ware, and the Dream Machine. You're not going to be in a wrestling match. You're going to be in a fight. Because I know what it is to fight, brother. I've been down in the gutter. The King's been down in the gutter, and we're going to bring it back to Louisville in the gutter. And we're not coming to win no wrestling match. We're coming to win a war, and we're going to do it. You're going to fall hard, and them two goofs is going to fall, and that's a promise.
Boy, I'll tell you, Billy, I am looking forward to it because here you got 3 main cogs in the first family. You got 2 great wrestlers on this side of the ring. What a night it'll be Tuesday night in Louisville. Do not miss it. Whoa, tell me, bang, bang. I mean, all the way right down to the wire, wasn't
Yes,
it?
sir. I tell you, winners today, Rick Morton, Eddie Gilbert over the Heartbreakers, the Japanese team over Dutch Mantel and Roy Rogers. It was Superstar Bill Dundee and Steve Keirn over the Nightmare and Speed, and Rick and Robert Gibson over the Dream Machine and Sweet Brown Sugar. Couple of disqualifications for the first family, thanks to one young Jimmy Hart and his cane interfering.
Yes, and I was kind of happy to see him get wrapped a couple of times with that cane. A couple of canes busted up, and if he keeps it up, he's going to get worse than that, I'll tell you for a fact. By golly, we got more next week. Until we see you at that time, for Dave Brown, Lance Russell, bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.